Hello and welcome back for another match of Grixis in Vintage. We are on the draw with a pretty sweet, if a little slow, hand, but that's never stopped us from playing some good quality Magic. So we're going to keep this largely on the strength of Ancestral Recall and hope that nothing too terrible happens to us. Never mind. Well, I suppose there are worse things to have happened than getting Time Twistered into Double Force Will. Against Oath combo, or maybe just Oath. Although I've never seen an Oath deck with Chrome Mox. Or Lotus Petal. So maybe this is just like Burning Oath, the deck that Menendian was playing when we played against him a while back. And by a while back, I mean last week. Okay, well, forcing this one, I think pitching our force, I would like to be able to tinker into something on turn 2. And I am confident in our ability to draw into an artifact before then. So they ponder, shuffle, pass. We draw our black source right on time. Ship it back. They lose another flip. God, Mana Crypt is just brutal. So what have they got for green one? They could regrowth their, I don't know, Stone Cold anything. Yawgmoth, oh right. Jesus. Okay, well, time to draw something for that. Not quite doing it. They're kind of light on mana, to be honest. Like, they've got 3, 4, 5 counting Petal. So they can, like, basically regrowth their Time Walk. Or regrowth their Oath. Like, we're gonna flash in Snapcaster for sure. And hope to draw a Bolt or have him lose the Crypt flip over the course of 2 turns. Get that out of here. Cool. So we demonic for Lightning Bolt and target our opponent. And then kill them. We could have sequenced that better, because if they have misdirection, then we don't win. And lose our Bob instead of... We lose 5 damage instead of 3. But doesn't matter, got paid. So, our opponent is almost certainly going to board in Abrupt Decay. I don't really know that there's a lot that we can do about it. So I think we just board like we would for a regular Storm deck, being cognizant of the fact that they basically have like Oath into almost certainly Gristlebrand. So like Flusterstorm for Burning Wish. Probably just like Pyroblasts as well. I'm not super sold on Dak Faden. Like, they're not Vault Keying, and they're not Plate Stealing, and they're not Workshopping, and I think that that's what Dak is in there for. So I think Misstep is just fine. I don't love Tinker Blightsteel against them, but I also don't really know how we beat them. I guess we can have Jace. Jace seems fine. It's basically Tinker Blightsteel versus the Pyroblasts. Tinker Blightsteel just seems way too good, and if they're like 5-color, then Pyroblast might just be worth less than we think. Oh, easiest mulligan this side of the Mississippi. Tougher, but we'll keep. We are going to misstep this one. I would like to be able to turn on our Flusterstorm and not pay full retail, so, or be able to pay full retail, so to speak, for our Force of Will. Which we can do next turn. Right, like 2, 3, 4, 5. White, balance? White, defense grid, Jesus. Well, we can actually fight through this, whereas if we just, like, ship it all, then we can't really. So we can pay 4 for our Flusterstorm. Or just, like, hold all of our mana up, actually, and cast Force of Will. Although if our plan was that, then we should have Merchant Scrolled for Recall. Yeah, so should have Merchant Scrolled for Recall. I'm fine with all of this as long as we get to Force Will something at the end instead of like getting... Oh, actually no, we're fine. Because no matter what they take, we can like force pitching Merchant Scroll. Or, we can't Flusterstorm their enchantment. Well, that is... a blue instant, huh? A blue instant. A lot of good you're doing me, blue instants. Okay, so we messed up by not Flusterstorming something. I assume we're just gonna get stormed out here. I mean, we have the ability to cast Force at Will, which is nice. And, like, we still have Jace as an out. Yeah, we just have to let him cast, like, all of this stuff. and then hope that he somehow ends up moving all in on something. So, just a jewelry box full of Moxen. Casts Wheel of Fortune. Probably ship the Flusterstorm, and maybe they'll have, like, something to mana drain next turn. Yeah, we can actually pay for mana drain is the sweetest part. See, I'm assuming just like double Demon Oath. 2 Gristlebrand's. Okay, well, almost certainly dead after opponent draws 14 extra cards in Vintage. But we misplayed the turn where he stuck Oath. So, like, this one's on us. Lotus Academy. Academy taps for literally infinite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Tendrils? Tendrils, cool. I won't put them through the ordeal. Okay. Needle for Gristlebrand, pretty clearly a priority. The Red Blast, not a priority, but I don't know. I'm not really sure about what to cut here. I'm not a huge fan of Snapcaster Mage. I think that everything else is better than it. Well, this hand looks incredible. Like, Jesus, wow. This hand looks good. So we've got 4 mana, we get to play these. Oh, that's our turn. You're up. Ooh. Lion's Eye Diamond, bad luck. Shipping the Duress is like, wow, so aggro. Like, could have just Duressed and then tried to set something up next turn. But, I don't know, they were probably right. I just wouldn't be able to resist the temptation to, like, Duress and see what's going on, especially since I didn't play a land. So we'll spin top, tapping our red source. We are not interested in cracking a fetch land to cast our Jace. We would much rather flip Mox Sapphire. And go Sapphire, Jace, Brainstorm. That's game! Yeah. So we keep the land and play it and put Flusterstorm on top, and our opponent is knocked out. So that's like the beauty of this deck, although I'd like to note Mana Drain still hasn't been cast, but it has proved its worth as a card with a blue border. It remains to be seen whether it is more than that. I'll be right back.